Okay, morning, folks. Welcome to the briefing on Tuesday the 7th. Warm weather just keeps giving, and it's going to be hotter today than it was yesterday. Before it starts to sort of tail off and break down a bit later in the week, and you can see that with this massive weak fronts and trough lines, low pressure system slowly creeping towards us. So pressure over us is about 1,020 at the moment, and we're drawing in the southerly air, hence that's why it's warm. It's drawing in the air from all the way down over France, Spain, and up over us. Quite slack over us, beginning to pick up a little bit in the west of England during the day, where the weather front's coming from. We may start to see some of the upper cloud from the frontal systems late in the day. Southeasterly drift, I think, generally with the upper winds, but the forecast models are all a little bit different, which may give us a bit of a challenge today. So the TAFs, this is where it starts to go a little bit different. So Farnborough suggesting 233 knots, light, but southwesterly. Everywhere else is sort of suggesting southeasterly. At Gatwick 0703 knots, and Heathrow just variable. So I'm erring on the side of southeasterly today. And Cavoque, no cloud below 5,000 feet, probably prob 30, 3,000 meters, misty to start off with. I think it's cleared here already, so that's not going to be a problem. There might be a little bit of mist lying in the low valleys. Upper winds, I think you can take it as read. It's down across the channel, 110, 20 knots out to the west of us, over us, 140, 150 probably, 5 knots, so not strong at flying heights, and that's right away up to 5,000 feet. Satpic, as you would imagine, doesn't really show much. There's no lower cloud, there's virtually no upper cloud. Might be odd bits of mist just clearing in East Anglia, but it's brightening up everywhere and temperatures rising really, really quickly. So today, I think we're looking at highs of 28, 29, certainly around here. A bit further to the south, I think it might be a little bit cooler, because drawing in a southeasterly, you might sort of start to see a bit of sea air coming in. The dew points at the moment, they're stood at about 15, and that depends on where they're going to go during the day as to whether we'll see any cumulus at all. I think we're unlikely to see cumulus here. Dew points here will rise a little bit, probably up to 16, and then level off there, and that suggests no cumulus. They're suggesting dew points will be down in about 10 and around here, and I don't think it's going to be that low. They might go down 15, 14 late afternoon, but certainly at those sort of numbers, we're not going to see any cumulus. This is the sounding to the south of us, about 1 o'clock. I think there's probably a fairly strong inversion just to the south, and I'd be surprised if even by 1 o'clock we're seeing thermals go to more than 2,500 feet. As the afternoon goes on around here to the south, gets a little bit better, and probably 3,000 feet around here. But you can see the spacing on the isobar suggesting no cumulus whatsoever. Further north and west, the isobars come in, sorry, the lines, the temperature and dew point come in a little bit closer. So possibility of cumulus, 27, 28 degrees, about 4,000 feet. If dew points like yesterday were 17s, then I think you would see some cumulus, but if they're down at 15, you're unlikely to. The actual sounding shows that you're going to require about 25 degrees really to break this inversion here. properly, and then it'll go up to somewhere around 3,500 feet. If the dew points stay there, which is about 15 degrees, maybe not if you follow the line up here. So maybe small amounts of cumulus, but more than likely blue. 28 degrees gives you, say, about 4,000 feet, a blue day. So 3,000 feet here, probably 4,000 feet better to the north and northwest. Top Meteo along the similar sort of lines. That's 12 o'clock here, blue. And if you play it all the way through, all you can see is the upper cloud out in the southwest, starting to show the advance of the next frontal system, which won't really amount to much. Even tomorrow, Thursday, it's likely to be a bit more unsettled with the pressure dropping. And even at the end of the day, we might just start to see that cloud. Thermal heights. So if we go for 1 o'clock, suggesting it's going by then round here up to about 3,000 feet. And it doesn't really get much better, to be honest, 3,500 feet. But out to the northwest, 1,500 meters in the sort of Cheltenham area over the Cotswolds. So better in that area there. And as you would guess, their suggested distance is that way, both to the north to Oxford and the northwest, and they're showing that sort of easterly, southeasterly breeze that we've got all day with the arrows on the chart there. So take a while to get going today. Certainly, I think it'll be 12 o'clock onwards before we even start to see the inversion broken and proper thermal activity, and better out to the northwest. Right, airspace. In terms of local airspace, not really a lot going on. Just pick out a number of things. Obviously, the Southampton hours of operation still slightly different to what's published, so they're notaming the different hours. Number 14 is a temporary danger area at Goodwood, which is activated up till 9 o'clock. So it's closed now. They're doing drone trials at Goodwood. Out to the north and west of us, Salisbury, you've got Boscombe down with high intensity radio transmissions and transponder trials. 21 is a clay pigeon shoot, and 23 is the danger area crossing service, which isn't available. People that no one to man the frequency. 29 is paragliders, notamed in this area here, just around the Wantage area. And 31, the ATZ and MATS for Fairford has been activated. So really that's about it, folks, heading out this way. Not really a lot going on. I don't think that's going to change for the next couple of days. It's still fairly quiet. Locally, a little bit more interesting today. We've got a really busy day planned with trial flights, course flying and club flying. And to throw it into the mix, we've got ILS calibration at some point. That's Farnborough's ILS. Hopefully
about 8 miles.
So we might see a Diamond Twin Star coming over us. He'll be talking to us, doing calibration on 06. We've got Navajo movements. I know there's a couple of those.
Yeah, at least 4.
At least 4. So
maybe a jet movement.
Maybe a jet movement. So a very flexible day, I think, is the best you can describe today. We're on 09 and we'll offset the winch as far as we can to the south and see how that operation works. Okay, folks, so start getting the kit out of the hangar. Everything, all the 2-seaters will need to come out today. So everything out of the hangar. And we'll go out and set up fairly shortly. And I'll see you out there.